was done a few days ago, in fact, before Thanksgiving. So we'll kind of go over it together here. Hopefully I wrote me some notes. Okay, I'm opening at 8:35 this morning, and I look at the MACD and decide it's good for a long position entry here. So go ahead and place the order, and I'm in, looking good, looking really good, and it's starting to taper off here. And so I get out and immediately get into a short position. A little bit premature yet. Definitely premature. Lost all the profits on my first trade. Looking a little better. I should have waited till this point right here. This point is even better. You got that little bit of a hook right there. Still in a short. It's looking good. Just crossed and I'm back to where I got in. So it's looking really, really good. Back in the money again. Just a smidge. Drop some more. And I go ahead and place my exit order for the second trade right here. That's a conservative place to go. It may have some dropping room yet, but I'm happy with that. It took, I'm out, and I've made $312.50. All right, I placed another limit order going long, and it is just after the opening bell, but it did not take, it didn't get filled. So I changed it to a market order. I really want to get in. I feel like there's still movement to go up here at this point. The MACD is just now crossed. So I placed a market order, which is a little bit risky. I got in, it looks like, and it went up further. And so I placed a market order to get out. And it's just really, really slow at executing orders this morning. So now I'm out. I have stopped my third trade at $412 profit for today, and I've decided to do another trade. I'm going short here. It took, I'm hoping it will drop. Went up a little bit further. I'm expecting it to go down to this point. It seems like a pretty decent point, but that's like way down there. But it keeps going up and up. And finally peaked out here. I've lost all but 187 at this point. This is a good place to drop, so I'm hanging on. Ooh, it kind of bounced and didn't drop very far there. It's leveled out right here. That's encouraging, but now it's maybe found a support right there. It's hit twice, so I've given up and I decided to reverse at that point. MACD is really looking like it might be going up, so I've basically given up a lot of my profits, most of my profits that I've made in the first three trades. And I'm trying to reverse positions here and get into a long position. However, it is not dropping down quite yet. So I went in and canceled that. I'm still in a short and it's still trickling up. Not even trickling, it's gushing up. And I'm now at a loss for the day. All right, I'm still trying to reverse here because I'm seeing the MACD is tipped up and I just want to be out in a long position, which is not a very good place to be right now because you can see this is kind of the peak that it's been. And in hindsight, that was probably not a very good call to reverse at this point, but I did. So now I'm in a long, and I'll bet you about anything it's going to drop. But I guess I had a stop order in, so I got stopped out. So now I'm at a $200 loss for the day. All right. This is still looking like it's going to drop at this point. It's really showing signs at this point. And this chart, I can see a little bit of a red candle there. It's hard to see on your screen, I'm sure. So I get in another short here. And I'm in a short. It's leveled out. Okay, now it's dropping. I'm happy. Dropped down to that point. And back at break even. But I didn't get out. I'm riding it still, because I'm thinking it's going to drop now. And this is where I kind of expect it to go at this point. And it's going the other direction. So now I'm at a $612 loss for the day. Now $500 loss for the day. I held on to this position all day long I walked away, shut down the computer, did what I shouldn't have done, left my limit order in, and hoped that it would eventually execute. I came back to the computer just after, let's see, 2:43 it looks like, and I'm at a $1,300 loss right now. And so that was a really not a good thing for me to do. Again, as usual, after the first couple trades, I did really well, and I kept going and didn't know when to stop. And now I'm in a really, really bad place. So, but I did it, and here it is. Okay, and came back to the screen at, like I said, 2:45, decided to do a reverse order at this point and be in a long position. And this is the next morning. And you can see it dropped overnight. And so not only did I sustain all of my losses from the previous day, but I have started the day now with $662 more in loss. And I went ahead and flattened it out. Let's go back there again. Okay, so I wasn't along and I just went in and got out. So I thought, well, this is just not good. So this is the second part. And remember I said that I stopped at, I got out of that long order for the day, started off the day at an additional $625 loss here. Now, if you notice the 4-hour chart down here, it kind of peaked out at that orange price line, which is what you can see over here around September 11th was the highest point that it had reached. So that's a pretty strong support level right there. It's gonna be a big deal if it breaks through that. And going above it like it did right there, that's not considered breaking through. It didn't sustain it. And now it's acting as a pretty definite resistance level there. So that all in mind, I got into a short position here, and I have a stop order in place in case it goes above that. So I got in here at a short with a protective order there. So I'm trying to be good on my trades. I haven't been the past couple days, but I'm trying to get back on track again. And again, I placed my limit order where I think it's maybe going. Went ahead and canceled out the stop order because it looks pretty definitely like it's going down. And you can see my limit orders placed at not only the red line here, which is a support level, but it's also at the SMA level here on the 15-minute chart. So I wanted to hold on without getting stopped out because I'm pretty sure it's dropping. And you can see it hovered along that SMA for a long, long time. 9:45. Just does not seem to want to drop. But I'm not at a big loss either, just at a very small profit. Still thinking it might drop, and here we go. It made a big drop there, very encouraging. Still hanging on, hoping for big things here. I probably should have gotten out. And it dropped a little bit further, and it looks like I got out, and then I'm flat here. I've gotten back some of my losses there. So now I've whittled that loss down to 287.50. And I have a limit order placed to try to get in a long position here, which it looks like I got executed. I went ahead and placed linked stop and limit orders here. So when one gets executed, the other will automatically go away. And it looks like it's probably moving pretty fast this morning. So when it is moving fast, I like to go ahead and do the linked orders because I just can't execute them that quickly. And I'm trying to be conservative here, especially going against the grain here with a long position. It's a little bit of a risky trade here. My limit order is up here at this ceiling. It's very possible it'll jump back up there, but it's also very possible that I'll get stopped out. If I do get stopped out, I'm maxing my losses hopefully at a little less than 200. The MACD is very low here though, and the RSI as well, so I'm hoping that it will jump up and recover. Okay, came back up to exactly where I got in. And I'm still hanging on. I have canceled my stop order, my protective order there, and I've lowered my limit order. I'm hoping that it will get executed. And let me see, go back one there. Okay, so it didn't get executed up there. Let's see, it went up to 42.75 is where I had that. 42.75, yeah, it just missed it looks like, which is unfortunate because that would have been good. But then I decided, okay, I do think it's going to drop. I don't want to be in a long position. I'm going to reverse my positions here. The MACD is looking like it's tipped over, so I went ahead and placed a limit order to reverse, and it actually took that. So now I'm in a short, which I'm much happier with here. The trend is down and everything is looking good for that. Oops, sorry. All right, so I am in a short here and it dropped down to that point and I didn't get filled. Still hanging on, it's going up. Very frustrating. So I've gotten back all the losses that I had whittled away. And that was the end of that day. So I really didn't do too well that day either.